Think you know everything about the origins of collecting. Today, we're putting that to the test. This is a 10-question fact or fiction challenge. I'll give you a statement. You decide, is it fact or fiction? Keep track of your score. No Googling. Let's begin. Question 1. Collecting began as a survival strategy, not as a hobby. The answer is fact. Early humans gathered tools, bones, shells, and rare objects for survival. But archaeological evidence shows something fascinating. They also collected items with no direct survival value. Over time, survival collecting evolved into symbolic collecting. That's where culture began. Question 2. The ancient Egyptians were among the first recorded curators of historical artifacts. Fact. Some Egyptian rulers preserved relics from previous dynasties, even restoring ancient statues that were already centuries old. They weren't just building monuments, they were preserving history. That's early curation. Question 3. The Roman Empire invented private art collecting. Fiction. Private collecting existed before Rome, but Rome perfected something else, collecting as status. Displaying looted Greek art became a signal of power. They didn't invent collecting, they amplified its prestige. Question 4. The word museum comes from a Greek term meaning Temple of the Muses. Fact. The Greek word mousion referred to a sacred place dedicated to the Muses, the goddesses of inspiration. The famous Library of Alexandria was part of such a space. Modern museums evolved from these knowledge sanctuaries. Question 5. Medieval Europe saw almost no collecting activity. Fiction. Monasteries collected manuscripts, royal courts collected armor, jewels, relics, churches amassed sacred artifacts. Collecting never stopped, it simply changed location. You're halfway through. How many have you gotten right so far? If you're at 5 out of 5, impressive. Most people miss at least 2 by now. Let's see how you finish. Question 6. The word collection first appeared in the 18th century. Fiction. The term dates back much earlier, derived from Latin collectio. By the Middle Ages, the word was already used in written form. Collecting terminology evolved long before modern hobby culture. Question 7. Famous collectors like J.P. Morgan were primarily interested in coin collecting. J.P. Morgan collected manuscripts, rare books, art, and cultural artifacts far beyond coins. Elite collectors often build diversified collections. Coins are only one category. Question 8. A British collector in the 1800s created the Smithsonian. Fact. James Smithson, a British scientist, left his estate to the United States to found an institution dedicated to knowledge. He never visited America, yet his donation created the Smithsonian. A collector's legacy shaped a nation's cultural institution. Question 9. President Theodore Roosevelt founded the United States National Park System. Fiction. Roosevelt dramatically expanded the park system, But Yellowstone became a national park in 1872 before his presidency. He didn't found it, he transformed it. Question 10. This is the final question, and it's the one that surprises most people. A billionaire art collector owns more than 4,000 pieces of art. 4,000. Fact or fiction? Fact. Some private collectors own thousands, even over 10,000 works, stored across multiple properties, vaults, museum loans. At that level, collecting becomes more than passion. It becomes influence. From ancient rulers to Renaissance elites to modern billionaires, collecting has always been about identity, preservation, and power. So, what was your final score? Comment your result below. If you scored 8 or higher, you know you're collecting history. If not, now you're smarter than before. Like and subscribe for next week's challenge. Because collecting isn't just about objects, it's about legacy.